You know what? It's been an interesting ride, right? So this process for these additional licenses started back 4 years ago.
That's pretty incredible
to get these things opened up. So we're happy that we're finally opened up, and I think the staff is extremely happy that we've got trained and ready to go.
So again, talking with Chris Stone in studio. He is instrumental in bringing about another dispensary for legal recreational cannabis in Springfield. This is just one store, Share, opening today, a soft opening at 10 o'clock here in Springfield. What are the plans for Share moving forward, especially in the landscape of different dispensaries that are open, not just in Springfield, but across the state?
Well, I mean, a couple of interesting things are that we built it out with the hope that if the state decides to legalize drive-thrus for dispensaries, that we would be the first drive-through dispensary opened up in the state. So literally the way that we design this is that we have to pop in the window and the kiosk, and we'd be ready to do drive-through when it becomes legal.
So something else we talked about previously when I had you on for about 3 minutes before before we had to move on. But you're talking about, of course, gummies and the flour and the vapes and the oils. But drinks are something else that could be in the future. What's going on with drinks?
Well, so we kind of have a lot of times in this marketplace, especially Illinois, it's vertically integrated. So the manufacturing and the dispensary and the distribution are all kind of tied into one group. We do have actually a location that's literally right down the road from the radio station here that's going to be opening up and producing a line of drinks that will sell at dispensaries, not only at Share, but also at the dispensaries throughout the central Illinois area and hopefully the state. But I think, and this is actually how I got into cannabis, was the idea that the best way to be able to consume it would be through a beverage, and a low THC beverage. So you would almost drink it like you would a beer, a glass of wine. And I reference alcohol because obviously alcohol has, is a drug and has, effects to the body. But the nice thing about cannabis is that it doesn't do the damage that alcohol does. And I think that once you produce a drink or a line of drinks that actually resonate with people, that I think you're going to find a kind of a transformative, like moving from alcohol into cannabis-infused beverages.
Well, and I would imagine too, I mean, when you're ingesting cannabis via the combustible, flower, you got the smoke element there, and even the vaping element there. It can be, there's negative effects, of course, to each their own, however they want to consume it. But then you get the gummies, and that's a different effect. But the drinking as well seems to be a new venture. And what's the prospect of, if somebody wants to go to a restaurant or something and sit down, instead of ordering Sam Adams, they order a Share Orange Dream or whatever. I don't know what flavors you guys are.
Listen, that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for the ability to be able to do just that here in the next, hopefully the next year, maybe even by this time next year, where you could go to a bar and you could actually order a Share product, cucumber lime, or papaya lime, or we actually have a iced tea lemonade that lots of people drink on the golf course, or actually even in a bar, tavern, or restaurant. But to be able to grab that instead of grabbing a beer, listen, I've been doing this for now 16 years.
Wow.
Working in this. The amazing thing about cannabis is the science and the effects on the body, and the positive effects on the body, as long as you consume in moderation, right? Everything's in moderation. But being able to get a drink out there, or a line of drinks where people can actually consume it in a bar, tavern, restaurant, or pick it up at a convenience store, would be huge for, I think, the expansion of this market.
What would that take? Would it take change of state law?
Change of state law. There might be some change in local ordinances, but definitely change in state law.
Yeah, but you've been at this, like you said, 16 years. You helped kind of bring about the medical industry in Springfield, let alone Illinois, and then the recreational industry. So you kind of know how to navigate these things, right? Being at the State House and talking to the right people and getting things lined up. So is that something that is already being done in earnest, or do you think that start of next year, for instance, it's going to be boots on the ground, possibly getting it opened up for allowing that beverage to be in retail?
Everything starts with education, right? So we got to start educating legislators. We actually will start educating legislators here in October. And then hopefully the idea is that we are able to educate them enough where we can bring forward a piece of legislation that will have support from the members on both sides of the aisle as well as both chambers, and that we can get it passed by the end of May.
Talking with Chris Stone. He is the purveyor. Is that the right term of Share?
Yep.
All right. So Share, it is a new cannabis dispensary, soft opening today. 10 o'clock is when it opens up. Located where?
3600 South 6th Street in Southern View. Right next to the U-Haul and literally right down the street from the Walmart.
And looking to possibly make it the first drive-in facility, but some regulations might have to open up for that. But speaking of regulations, you've got the federal government looking at the possibility of rescheduling cannabis. Right now it's up there with heroin and cocaine, refined opiates or refined cocaine, and what would that mean if it's moved from, I think, Schedule 1 to Schedule 3?
Lots of things happen, right? And it could be pros and cons. And it really depends on how they decide that they want to implement rescheduling cannabis. One of the big things for businesses is the fact that the way Schedule 1 works is you can't get any deductions off of payroll or marketing or whatever. And once you move it from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, you get those same deductions that normal businesses get. So that's immediate. The question is, when you move it from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, what does the FDA do? What are the new regulations on how you are able to get products out to the market? All that probably changes. So it's going to be an interesting kind of dynamic as to how this goes. Keep in mind, in the Farm Bill back in 2018, I think, we allowed for hemp, right? Legalized hemp. And they still haven't really done the rules or regulations on hemp, and we are, 5 years into this deal?
And that Farm Bill is about to expire here soon.
Right.
Will they reauthorize it by the end of the year? Some saying it might be a temporary reauthorization, but snail's pace is what government moves at, right?
Yeah, and hemp is a Schedule 3.
Wow.
So...
Chris Stone, of course, Share is going to be open today. We've got several other cannabis dispensaries out there. Ascend, Maribis.
You got two more that are coming online here. I think one over by the Holiday Inn on Stevenson and Dirksen.
Okay.
And then I think you got the Old Steak and Shake there at Myers.
That's right, yeah.
So I think those are going to be coming online here the next year as well.
How do you remain competitive?
Pricing.
All right.
Pricing.
Well, and you've got, the taxes on top of things as well. We hear that's one of the reasons Illinois cannabis is more expensive than where it's been, recreational legal in other states. Plus, you've got the issue of, Illinois' market not necessarily being a free market, right? So you have fewer brands than, say, what is up in, I think, Michigan, for instance.
Right. Michigan's definitely cheaper, less regulations on it statewide and even, locally. But we try to make it as competitive as we can. Southern View is an interesting deal, right? It's a non-home rule community, so you're going to right off the bat save 3 3/4% on your product if you're buying it in Southern View. We've got some other pricing deals in place that would generally make our product that you're buying at our dispensary 10% lower than the rest of the market. And you know what? I think that as competitors come up, right, obviously you're going to see some pricing constraints. And I think the pricing's going to go down, and I think that's good for the consumer.
How are we doing on the production side? Because that's also, we've got craft growers that are starting to get up and going, and some of the larger growing operations. You think we've got enough choice and enough diversity and equity, as the governor says, about the state's program?
To be honest with you, I don't know about that. I don't know what the numbers look like, and I think that there's a lot of moving parts, right? So a lot of people that got licenses are selling those licenses. What the makeup of the diversity and inclusion part is, I don't know. I do know that this is a very slow rollout. We're going to be the first one locally owned craft grow facility opened up in Springfield in the next, I would call, 5 months, meaning putting out product to the marketplace. We'll be the first. Like Share, both will be locally owned facilities that can be able to get product out to the market. But you know what? I think that they issued close to 100 craft grow licenses, and I'm not sure that even 30 get up and running. in the state.
Yeah, and that's because of the investments that ever need to be made, and you've got capital needs that are going to be have to be procured. So, still an evolving market, but I'm glad you're able to sit down and chat with us and kind of give us a lay of the land. So, keep us posted on future stuff.
Will do.
Chris Stone, he is of course the purveyor of Share, which again opens today,
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock there in Southern View. So make that happen. Greatly appreciate you taking the time. And he brought me a hat, by the way. He brought me a hat. Do you have it in here?
It is. And by the way, I just want to let you know it is a large XL. So L/XL. And you know what? Bishop here has a little bit bigger.
My head is massive. All right. I have a huge noggin, so I can't really put it down any further than that. Just look. You see how big my head is?
That's crazy.
It is. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. Yeah, my wife had to find me like a double XL, flex fit hat that actually just slides on perfect. So, no, appreciate that. Chris Stone, Share dispensary opening up today. Greatly appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks for having me again.
It is Springfield's Morning News on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk. Now 8:23, and coming up a little bit later on, we'll talk with Springfield Mayor Misty Buscher live in studio, but we got to take a break with Culver's West on Wabash.
Deliver smiles, butter burgers, fresh custard, and great service. Culver's West on Wabash is hiring for all positions.
Here's one thing that psychologists and therapists believe to be a key step to achieving better mental health: meditation. It starts with proper breathing. By breathing in slowly for 5 or 10 seconds and exhaling, counting the same way, for just a few minutes each day has been a big deal for many people as they reach a new level of relaxation. Now, that's just a start. If your feelings of depression and hopelessness are accentuated with drugs and alcohol, then you may need some professional help. The team of nurses, counselors, physicians, and psychiatrists at Gateway Foundation understand that. They know what you're going through, and they can show you the way out. Gateway also uses meditation as a key component of their successful treatment. Your insurance covers the cost, and the Family Medical Leave Act protects your job. If your situation appears hopeless, make the confidential call to Gateway at 877-505-HOPE and start feeling better today. Gateway Foundation. Addiction medicine, saving lives.
Stop waiting to get better quality sleep. Labor Day at Hendricks Home Furnishings is your chance to save big on top mattress brands. Feel the trusted support of Sealy, experience the legendary comfort of Tempur-Pedic, and discover the one-of-a-kind craftsmanship of Stearns & Foster, all with savings up to $800 off select adjustable sets, now until September 18th only. Find better sleep today at Hendricks Home Furnishings, where you can always talk to the owners, Route 4 in Verdon, and on the web at hendricks.tv.
It's a new day, a new way at Green Hyundai. Over 100 new Hyundais in stock and more arriving daily. Come see why Hyundai is the best-selling new car in Sangamon County for the last 16 years.
That's right. Motor Trend Magazine's big third-row 7 and 8 passenger SUV comparison. Hyundai Palisade placed number 1 over the competition. Motor Trend quotes Palisade, lowest price, best fuel economy, and more luxury, backed up by America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000.
Also, TrueCar quotes, best overall SUV, the Tucson. Can you believe the best SUV is under $30,000? Yeah, base price at only $28,000 window price.
Largest inventory we've had in 3 years. Pushing 200 units on the ground. Get the Green Hyundai today. Save big on Hyundai's value. Green Hyundai, 1200 South Dirksen Parkway, Springfield.
Don't miss the Style of Hope fashion show benefiting the communities of Hope. Thursday, September 21st at the BOS Center in downtown Springfield. Doors open at 6 p.m. The runway lights up at 7:30. Featuring local boutiques and models. Children of Hope walk the runway. Pop-up stores will be available, live and silent auctions, high-end hors d'oeuvres, and entertainment galore. Come hear inspiring stories and be moved by Hope's impactful mission. For more info, search the Style of Hope on Facebook or visit hope.us/Style of Hope to purchase Purchase your ticket today.
Looking to buy your next home or considering listing? My wife and I recommend choosing RE/MAX Professionals of Springfield, Fritz Pfister. Working with Fritz to find our new home in Sangamon County was truly a wonderful experience. He's prompt, responsive, and we had constant communication. He was committed to serving our needs and made our home buying experience an absolute pleasure. RE/MAX Professionals of Springfield, Fritz Pfister, 217-652-7653. 217-652-7653. Buying or selling a home? Fritz makes it easy.
Less hassle, more travel. We've got connections. Springfield to anywhere. The Abraham Lincoln Capital Airport has recently undergone improvements to make your experience flying to and from your hometown even easier. Security lines are short, parking is always free, and customer service is a top priority. Book your next American Airlines flight from SBI at AA.com. Fly local, fly SBI. Take the easy way out.
Take the easy way out.
It's obvious. We're being let down by the institutions we used to trust. The mainstream media are distracting us with meaningless headlines instead of focusing on the real concerns of American families. Countries we're at odds with are hoarding food, financial systems are strained, and supply chains remain too fragile. We can tell something is coming, so we're preparing. Folks are getting into self-reliance and investing in emergency food storage. And My Patriot Supply, the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, makes it easy for you to have peace of mind knowing you're prepared. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com and secure some emergency food kits. There's a dozen to choose from that contain tasty breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, averaging 2,000 calories per day. Get at least one food kit for each family member. And while you're there, stock up on water filtration, heirloom seeds, and emergency gear, too, at MyPatriotSupply.com. It's time to prepare today. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Springfield's Morning News with Greg Bishop. Listen on demand at WMAY.com. 92.7 WMAY. Springfield's News and Talk.
It is Friday, right? Yeah? Okay, that's good. What a week. Coming up, expecting to be joined by Misty Buscher in studio to talk about what's going on with Springfield City government. Who knows where that conversation will lead us? But that's coming up in moments. Got an interesting story here about lab-grown meat and something that's coming to Illinois, apparently. Upside Foods, California-based cultivation of meat company, announced Thursday it's building its first production plant in Glenview. So it's going to be at the former Allstate campus, lab-grown meat. Okay. You guys into that? You like having your meat be grown in a lab? You know, to each their own, I guess. And be able to go and buy some lab-grown meat. I would think I'd rather just stick with the, nature-grown stuff. Give me that chicken fresh off the farm. I'll take that slab of beef, put it on both sides for about a second, grill it up, boom, it's ready to go. Oh, it's lab-grown? Got any other options? I don't know. Something else, too, that we didn't necessarily get a chance to tackle this morning, we'll probably have to talk about next week, and that is what's going on with daycare operators in Illinois. With the Department of Children and Family Services enforcing a rule that was suspended, and this was revealed earlier this week. Interesting story and how daycare operators are being impacted by the Department of Children and Family Services. So maybe we'll have some time next week to talk about that. But so far this morning, we've covered a whole bunch. And if you missed anything, be sure to go check out the social channels, be it on WMAY's Facebook or be it on Bishop on Air's Facebook. You can watch live. But you can also join me on X, formerly known as Twitter, where you can see some of the video segments and the different interviews we've had separated out. We talked about a cornucopia of gun litigation in the first part of the show. Then we had Don Tracy on to talk about the latest in Republican politics. We talked with Sheriff Jack Campbell and also Mike Murphy, Chris Stone from Share. But coming up next, we'll talk with Misty Buscher, Mayor of Springfield. She'll join us in studio next. 8:32 now. Let's check some headlines.
92.7 WMAY.
Here are the 3 big things you need to know.
I'm Don Howard. Our top story. 2 men have climbed Mount Kilimanjaro wearing 3-piece suits, laying claim to the title of the first successful assault of the Kenyan mountain while dressed for the boardroom or a night out. Belgian tailor Tommaso Bordoni and his best friend Alexander Gillen wore suits designed by Bordoni's company as they scaled the highest point in Africa and the highest freestanding mountain in the world, accompanied by a couple of more traditionally attired guides. Friday mornings are a time to get to know some of the people who Lincoln knew while he lived in Springfield. The Lincoln Tomb Historic Site hosts guided visits to the final resting places of Abraham Lincoln's friends, neighbors, and political associates on a 90-minute hike through Oak Ridge Cemetery. Guides will discuss their lives and highlight their interactions with the 16th president. Walks begin every Friday at 9:30 a.m. through November 3rd. Parents looking for a date night tomorrow can drop off their kids at the Hanson Robinson Zoo from 6 o'clock until 9. Children can play, create, and learn about the wild world while their parents spend a couple of hours off doing grown-up things. Pizza and snacks are provided, or parents may send a packed dinner if they like. Registration is $30 to $35, then $5 for each additional child. More information at WMAY.com. Lincoln Land Community College will host a traveling art exhibit, Stamps of Hope 2, showcasing Syrian refugee artwork from the Zakatari refugee camp in Jordan from September 15th to October 13th. The exhibit can be viewed weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the Tretter Museum Murray Gallery, located in Menard Hall on the LLCC Springfield campus. The public is invited to attend a gallery talk and reception featuring Middle Eastern cuisine on Thursday, September 28th at 5 o'clock p.m. in the Tretter Center. According to the latest statement from Archer Daniels Midland, 4 workers injured in Sunday afternoon's explosion in Decatur remain hospitalized, while 1 has been released. Corn plant operations are expected to resume normally in coming days, while the majority of protein production at the facility is expected to take some weeks to recover. The company still has not announced a cause of the explosion. The Sangamon County Board approved a resolution this week that will launch a farm-to-school pilot program in the Pawnee School District. The 3-year program will transform the school's food service to a from-scratch program with a diverse menu. The school district said in a statement that the program will allow the school community to connect with local farmers and serve more local food to their students. The Gin Mill Belly Laughs comedy this Friday night at 6:30 p.m. National touring acts Ronaldo Mercado, Ryan Hallam, Tim Laffey, Al Nimpson, and Richard Bailey are scheduled to perform. The event will be emceed by Corey Stewart from St. Louis. $10 gets you in the door, and the Gin Mill is located at 235 South 5th Street in downtown Springfield. Your dependable 5-day forecast is next on WMAY.
News sponsored by Just Beds. A great night's sleep starts with a visit to the Yawn Exterminators at Just Beds. Online at justbedsinc.com.
I'm Dr. Tanya DeSanto with the Prairie Dental Group in Springfield. A lot of dental offices in Springfield tell you how good they are. At Prairie Dental Group, we let our patients do the talking.
Honestly, as a mom, what is not good about being in a comfortable reclining chair that is massaging me while I can sit there with my eyes closed and not talk to anyone? It's almost like a dental spa.
It's nice that it's done well. They're very gentle with you as you get things done.
I think she's made me look better. I'm all in.
You get a toy at the end, and they're really good at cleaning your teeth.
There was no pain. It was easy.
Thank you for being a great dentist.
Come see why so many choose the all-women staff at Prairie Dental Group. Make your appointment today by calling 546-0412. Prairie Dental Group is located at the corner of Greenbrier and West White Oaks Drive right here in Springfield. And you can also find us on our website at prairiedentalgroup.com.
And thank you for voting us the best dental office in Springfield 8 years in a row.
Yesterday, I was talking about Clayton Moore, who was born in Chicago and played the Lone Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Today is the anniversary of the premiere of the Lone Ranger back in 1949.
Oh. Wow.
Okay, yeah. Now, interestingly, there was a real Lone Ranger. there actually was a guy who the Lone Ranger was based on.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, and I'll tell you who he was in just a moment. But first, here's Green Toyota Volkswagen Audi's Casey Lane.
We have got some certified Toyotas. We're the only place in Springfield you can get a Toyota certified vehicle. We've got a couple of Corollas, a 2020 and a 2021. So come on down, check it out. We've also got more certified Toyota used vehicles. So come on down, take a test drive, and get one today before they're gone.
And the actual Lone Ranger that now history has uncovered is a guy by the name of Bass Reeves. And he was an African-American lawman back in the Old West and happened to do many of the things the Lone Ranger did. Yeah. So we're on West Wabash. We'd love to see you today. Hi-ho Silver, remember at Green Toyota.
We're all in this together.
Everywhere with the WMAY app. 92.7 WMAY. Springfield's news and talk.
Springfield's dependable 5-day forecast on WMAY. Sunny skies today with a high near 77. Low tonight about 48. Tomorrow sunny with a high near 78. Low around 56. For your weekend, cloudy on Saturday. High near 77. Sunday, sunny with a high near 77. And Monday, sunny with a high near 79 degrees. I'm Don Howard, 92.7 WMAY.
Weather sponsored by Lauterbach Tire and Auto, home of Stage 2 service. Drive safely now.
Academy Sports and Outdoors is the sporting goods store that's all about fun. And a new location is coming to Springfield. With great brands at the best prices, you'll always find the gear you need to play the games you love and enjoy your favorite outdoor activities with your favorite people. Academy has it all in store and online. No matter how you have fun out there, your next adventure starts here. Your new Academy Sports and Outdoors store is coming soon to Springfield. Until then, check out academy.com.
Gah, I'm so stressed about my business not being ready for the holidays.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 35 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Ooma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
It's officially here. This week only, enjoy 50% off your purchase during our Friends and Family event at Banana Republic Factory. Explore limited time savings on the latest elevated styles online or at your nearest Banana Republic Factory store.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone. Done. By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Are your apps listening to everything you say? There's a hidden list in your smartphone that will tell you if they really are, and a way to stop the listening. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by NetSuite. Attention business owners, get NetSuite's KPI checklist absolutely free at netsuite.com/Kim. When you install an app, do you actually ever read the app's terms and conditions? No one does. But in all that legal mumbo jumbo, you may have given apps your permission to listen using your phone's microphone and collect data and sell that data to who knows who. Want to find out which apps are doing this? For iPhone users, simply open Settings, tap Privacy and Security, and then tap Microphone. This pulls up a list of all the apps that choose your mic. Just toggle off the apps you don't want picking up any conversations. For Android owners, in your Settings menu, find the Apps Permission Manager and disable the microphone for any apps that should not be using it. You got to be on your toes, and I can help you with my free daily newsletter. Sign up now at getkim.com. If your business is scrambling to close the books on time each month, then you should know these three numbers, 36,000, 25, and 1. To start, 36,000 businesses have already upgraded to NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. And this year, NetSuite is celebrating their 25th anniversary. That's 25 years of helping businesses do more with less, close books in days, and drive down costs. And finally, that #1, because your business is one of a kind. NetSuite offers customized solutions for all your KPIs in one efficient system. It's one source of truth to manage risk, get reliable forecasts, and improve margins. Everything you need, all in one place. Right now, download NetSuite's popular KPI checklist, designed to give you consistently excellent performance, absolutely free at netsuite.com/Kim. That's netsuite.com/Kim to get your own KPI checklist.
Springfield's Morning News with Greg Bishop, broadcasting from the Fly SPI studios. Take the easy way out. 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk.
Well, I'm pulling an audible. I knew that she was coming in, but I didn't put it on my show planner for whatever reason. But when I saw her walk up, I was like, I gotta have you on the air. Please come over. And sure enough, she did. After spending some time with our neighbors across the hallway, WNNS, talking about some fun stuff, it's time for the Springfield Mayor, Misty Buscher, to talk about some serious stuff. So I appreciate you taking the time.
No problem.
Just to kind of, I guess, encapsulate some of what you talked with on WNNS. You're having some fun over there. Talk about that a bit.
Yeah, so they didn't want to talk politics. They wanted to talk about just fun stuff. So they asked me, what kind of things scare you? What kind of music do you like? Just fun questions.
That's good. Yeah. So time to get to know Springfield Mayor Misty Buscher. So hopefully they get that podcasted over on our sister station, WNNS. But Mayor, there's so much going on. Of course, you're new into the office. What has it been 100 days?
A little over 4 months.
A little over 4 months. And of course, right when you came in, you had the derecho that you had to deal with, which still some cleanup going on with that.
Absolutely.
And it was interesting
trees
to hear.
Trees are still breaking from that, the weekend trees. And quite frankly, we had a discussion the other day that we think it's going to go on through the winter months, because in the winter, trees dry up a little bit more. Right. And then if there's snow or ice on them, that will impound some of that as well. And they'll keep falling and breaking. So
yeah, we heard a little bit of that warning Tuesday at the meeting for the Committee of the Whole, but a whole bunch that we got to talk about. Top of mind is new leadership at Lincoln Public Library. You had Catherine Harris in there in an interim capacity. She's going to remain on while we get the approval of Gwendolyn Harrison to be the new director. But I want to give you an opportunity to react to the letter that the Board of Trustees put out saying that Gwen Harrison is absolutely qualified, but they couldn't endorse her because they say they didn't have an opportunity to interview any of the other candidates. Your thoughts?
So the directors at the city of Springfield are very much like the governor appoints directors of his agencies, whether it's CMS or IDNR. The directors at the city are very similar. They serve at the pleasure of the person who is running either the state or the city. So Governor Pritzker appointed his directors, and any governor prior to him. As mayor, I appoint the directors of the agencies, as any mayor prior to me did as well. And so that is an appointment, and any of the directors, both on the state level or the city level, their jobs are not protected. They're taking an at-will position. So I think that's something that we need to focus on. Is it's not a regular job like a union job or a civil service job where it's posted and you have protections. It is an at-will job, and it's at the direction of the mayor, and it says they serve at the pleasure of the mayor. So.
And Catherine Harris finding Gwendolyn, and obviously Gwendolyn has a lifelong career in libraries. She's got her library science degree, which is important, and obviously it's something that you saw and said, hey, we'll go ahead and appoint. But I think one of the pushback that the trustees had was they didn't get a chance to interview any of the other candidates that there were, and those names haven't been released.
Correct.
Rationale behind that?
Some of it's out of respect for those candidates. They have jobs right now, and if it's publicized that they're out looking, that might hurt their job. I know if I was looking for another job, I wouldn't want someone telling the media and everybody that I was doing that. When I worked at, let's say, one of the financial institutions I worked at in the past, if I was talking to another one, I wouldn't want that splashed all over the news, and it's out of respect for people. I knew Gwen was the candidate I wanted, very similar to a lot of the other directors I appointed, so that's who I talked to. And the library board did get to interview Gwen. And I find it funny. It's a small world that you said your wife knows her from her work.
Yeah.
So it's a very small world. But Gwen is a Springfield resident. She has a library science degree. She cut her teeth early on in her career at our library.
Oh, wow.
She worked there at one time.
Come around full circle.
Yes. Then she went to the state library system. Now she's coming back. So I'm very excited to have her, and she's just got a lot of energy.
Another exciting thing happening. It's been a long time coming. Thought we were going to get some shovels in the ground over the summer, but next week is the day that
September 20th.
They're actually going to get shovels in the ground for the sports complex.
Yes, there is a groundbreaking ceremony for the sports complex September 20th. Ryan McCready showed me a picture of the gold shovels he has ready for the dirt to be turned over. So it's very exciting, and I've seen the timeline for the goals of when certain parts of the phases of the construction, because clearly the ground has to be prepped and all of that done first, and then when the dome will go in and different parts of that. So I've seen some of the timelines, and it's super exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be a big anchor of sorts, right?
Yes.
I know Shields is a key sponsor, and they're a major anchor, but this is going to be just another addition to that area to grow it out even more.
Sure. And you have like Ingrained Brewing, if you think about how long they've been there waiting for something big to come.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great for all of the businesses out there.
So looking forward to that. Something else coming up in the weeks ahead, and we heard about the build program that you guys have.
Mm-hmm.
Beautification, unity, what's the ILD, leadership development,
yes.
innovation, I think is.
So Build Springfield is beauty, unity, innovation, leadership, and development of the city of Springfield. And we are, and you did a really good job quoting all those. I was going to say props to you. And we have a 55 block radius that encompass wards 2, 3, and 5. It's just the outskirt of 4. And we're going to work on talking to all the neighbors, knocking on the doors, seeing what they need, clean up the sidewalks, the streets, the curbs, the gutters, the alleys. And we are going to have a central location where non-for-profit organizations, some state agencies, some county agencies can all set up and talk to the community and tell them what they have to offer. For instance, we called the Senior Services Center and said, would you like to have a space? Because a lot of seniors may not know what services you offer, things like that. So it's a community outreach program and a beautification program.
And it's going to be great to see, and something that could be expanded year after year and even into other areas of the city, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
So obviously that's a big deal coming up. Something else, new first responders are being sworn in to take the job?
Yeah, next week, Thursday evening, we have our new round of firefighters being sworn in. We're going to have a ceremony and bring them all on board. And then the following week, our new set of police officers are going to be sworn in. So it's a very exciting time. As you know, I was committed to making sure our police department gets fully staffed. And then I want to look at increasing our neighborhood police officer presence, because I really do want, it's a dynamic I have to work with my chief, because the police department works on beats, not wards, but I would like each ward to have a neighborhood police officer, and so we will have to figure out how we work that with their beats. But it's important that the NPOs, the neighborhood police officers, have the opportunity to walk a neighborhood or shoot hoops with kids in the neighborhood or attend a church service. But when we're short-staffed, there is no time for that. So we need to make sure that we make time for that.
And of course, we talked earlier in the week about, and even last week, the $3 million grant that the city's getting from the state to help combat homelessness, bringing together various resources and nonprofits to work with the Springfield Police Department on that. So we'll be watching how that develops. But Mayor Misty Buscher with us finally here in the last few minutes. We talked with Sheriff Jack Campbell earlier this morning about the Safety Act, the Pretrial Fairness Act, getting ready to be implemented on Monday. He said obviously it's going to impact the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office, but the Springfield Police, being the police agency for the largest city in Sangamon County, they're the ones that are out there on the streets mainly and making arrests. How do you feel that the no cash bail provision is going to impact morale, impact just public safety in general? Do you have concerns? Where do you stand on this?
I do have concerns about what our crime statistics are going to do in our area. My fear is, and my gut tells me crime's going to go up, and that's not a good thing for Springfield. As the mayor, I want our citizens and our visitors to feel safe, and so crime does not equal safety.
Yeah.
Because of that, I did hold a meeting, as I told you earlier, with the Sheriff's Department, the State's Attorney's Office, the jail, my police department, and my legal department, so we could all be on the same page and talk about the Safety Act, because it is a big, big change. I want our residents, to remember to keep their doors locked in their homes and their cars locked. I get police reports all the time. I see them, and the number of times I see cars stolen or things stolen from a car, and it's because the car was unlocked and the keys are in it. So I would just express to our residents, please stop doing that. Please keep your personal belongings out of the view in the car windows, because they might get smashed if they see a computer bag or a laptop bag, a purse. One of the reports I read, someone had a diaper bag and they smashed it because they probably didn't know it was just a diaper bag, right? So just make sure those things aren't in public view. Lock the doors, lock the windows, lock your house.
So we'll be tracking that as well to see how this measure that goes into effect on Monday impacts safety on the streets here in Springfield and across the state. Springfield Mayor Misty Buscher, thank you so much for taking time with us on very short notice. Saw you come in, I'm like, all right, let's get her on. Also, your advertising, your advertising next weekend, a big event.
Yeah, the Route 66 Festival is coming, the Car Festival. The parade downtown is Friday night. Saturday and Sunday, all the cars will be on display. There's food vendors out. It's going to be a great time. Some music. I really, really express that everyone should come out. It's beautiful weather.
Oh, yeah.
Come see it.
Always legendary. Visit Springfield.
Absolutely, yes.
Greatly appreciated. Springfield Mayor Misty Buscher. Have a great weekend, all right?
Thank you. You as well.
All right. It is Springfield's Morning News on 92.7 WMAY. Springfield's News and Talk. Now 8:52 from Culver's West on Wabash.
Work with a team that cares about being the best part of the customer's day. Apply today at Culver's West on Wabash.
This is Rob Zavitka, Director of Sales and Business Development Manager for Midwest Family Springfield. Are you the one person I'm looking for to help further build our media sales team at Midwest Family Springfield? We are the premier multimedia marketing company that no other company compares to in the Springfield area. It's really simple. I need one sales leader, a brand ambassador whose talent and team focus will thrive working with Midwest Family. Are you passionate, self-motivated, goal-oriented, and highly competitive? Are you an overachiever, a problem solver with great communication skills? Do you have the skill set for today's digital marketing? And do you believe in growing lasting partnerships? If so, apply online today at MidwestFamilySPI.com and click on the Careers tab. At Midwest Family Springfield, you'll be challenged, you'll be trained, and you'll have access to world-class tools like HubSpot CRM. Are you the one I'm looking for? If so, apply online today at MidwestFamilySPI.com and click on the Careers tab. Midwest Family is an equal opportunity employer.
One of the easiest things you can do to prevent getting stranded tomorrow is check your battery today. Hi, it's Laurie from Rex Battery. If you can take about 5 minutes out of your day, we can make absolutely sure your car battery is ready before winter. Just pull into Rex, and we'll not only test the battery, but we'll make sure your alternator is doing its important job. Just because your car is running well now doesn't mean it's going to start when the temp drops. If you find your battery is near the end of its life, Rex Battery has car batteries for every make and model on the road. And more often than not, we have them for less than other places. Batteries are all we do, and we want to make sure yours is strong before winter hits. Just pull into Rex Battery anytime and ask for a free battery test. Rex Battery, Clear Lake, west of Dirksen.
Don't miss the Style of Hope fashion show benefiting the communities of Hope. Thursday, September 21st at the BOS Center in downtown Springfield. Doors open at 6 p.m. The runway lights up at 7:30. Featuring local boutiques and models, Children of Hope walk the runway. Pop-up stores will be available, live and silent auctions, high-end hors d'oeuvres, and entertainment galore. Come hear inspiring stories and be moved by Hope's impactful mission. For more info, search the Style of Hope on Facebook or visit hope.us/Style of Hope to purchase your ticket today.
Macy's one-day sale is going on now with great deals of the day on fall updates, like 40% off outfits for the office that work off the clock too, and 40 to 60% off shoes, handbags, and accessories to finish your look. And get 25 to 40% off your favorite beauty, skincare, and fragrances. Plus, get free shipping with any online purchase of $25 or more at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Do you know what brand sells the most work shoes in America? Skechers. Why? Skechers has the best looking safety toe and slip resistant shoes around. They've got superior quality and simply incredible prices, but many people get them just for the style. So you can enjoy tough, steel-toed protection and slip resistant soles anywhere, even if you don't need them for work. And And since they're Skechers, you know they're going to be comfortable with Skechers' exclusive air-cooled memory foam. Find your new pair of Skechers safety toe and slip-resistant work shoes at a Skechers store, at Skechers.com, or wherever work shoes are sold.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs. You just bought a home in the suburbs, but no one told you about all the birds, specifically this one, who seems to be calling out Roy. Roy. But who exactly is Roy? And why doesn't he ever respond? Maybe Roy is just bird speak for save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto. I guess until Roy answers, we'll never know. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company coverage provided in service by affiliates and third-party insurers.
Stop waiting to get better quality sleep. Labor Day at Hendricks Home Furnishings is your chance to save big on top mattress brands. Feel the trusted support of Sealy, experience the legendary comfort of Tempur-Pedic, and discover the one-of-a-kind craftsmanship of Stearns & Foster, all with savings up to $800 off select adjustable sets, now until September 18th only. Find better sleep today at Hendricks Home Furnishings, where you can always talk to the owners, Route 4 in Verdon, and on the web at hendricks.tv.
Take Springfield's morning news with Greg Bishop everywhere with the free WMAY mobile app. 92.7 WMAY. Springfield's news and talk.
I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. It's like 3 till 9 o'clock. And, I've been doing this since 3 o'clock this morning. So, not live, of course. I mean, I got to do show prep and everything, and come in here and take a look at what's going on. And, sometimes I do like kind of showing people kind of behind the scenes. Maybe I can get this camera and just kind of show you what's going on for those watching on the internet. But, yeah. So, there's a lot, right? I'm streaming the radio show from a computer, and it's got the cameras coming in. I've got a camera up there, and you can see the camera, and that's the camera I'm pointing to. But there's a lot. I mean, a lot of buttons. Even got the dump button if somebody says something that's not really able to be broadcast. All of the switching of the cameras and the volume of the show and the commercials and the microphones and another camera there to essentially just so you could see my wonderful mug up front. But yeah, there's a lot going on every morning here. And it is something I think people don't necessarily realize, especially when it comes to I produce the show myself, right? This is a labor of love, no question. But I appreciate everybody tuning in and making the show what it is, especially our guests that join us as well, either in person, as we did have just a whole slew of guests. If you missed anything, that's the wrong view. Bishop, hey, fix the camera. Yo, Bishop, fix the camera. Dude, you're like sideways now. You gotta. All right, somebody fire that guy. Oh wait, it's I'm the one holding the camera. What are you gonna do? All right, have a great weekend. It's been a good day. A lot of important conversations. And if you missed any of it, follow me, Bishop on Air on X, also known as Twitter. YouTube, Facebook, check it all out, and we'll see you back here next week, bright and early, 6 o'clock, here with Springfield's Morning News. It's now 9 o'clock.
From the Fly SPI Studios.